Toronto will shoot its first free throws of the day.
Toronto's had some open threes. Jacoby Walter from the left side. Scotty Barnes, that last one, kicking it back out. R.J. Barrett has missed an open one, so they've not all been contested. They need to start knocking some of these open looks down to open some things up to get in the paint, where they were incredibly successful in Game 3.
And they were 8 of 9 from 3 in the fourth quarter of Game 3. Hey, let's take a look at the upcoming playoff schedule, brought to you by New Balance. Today on ESPN, Spurs Blazers Game 4. San Antonio with a 2-1 series lead after their big comeback in Game 3 tonight. On NBC and Peacock, it'll be the Celtics and the Sixers. Game 4, Boston with a 2-1 edge. And then the Lakers trying to sweep the Rockets. For more on these games, go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app.
How good was Dylan Harper against the Blazers in their last game? He had 27. Victor Wembanyama was out in the concussion protocol. That was a heck of a win.
We talked about how Murray Boyles was the first rookie since Al Horford to have 20 on 70% shooting in a playoff game. Well, Harper did it the next day. As Schroeder slips it in. Dennis Schroeder has 8 points in 6 minutes. He played just 5 minutes in Game 3.
He is finding opportunities and matchups that he can drive and use his speed, and he has been very effective. Toronto is staying in gaps, almost giving zone looks. And when he has a matchup he can drive, that has been a big part of this Cleveland lead.
An 11-2 edge and bench points for Cleveland. Walter, no. Barnes battling, Tyson winning. Here comes Cleveland. Look out, Mamukelashvili. Read it, intercepts it. Barnes can't muscle it in, gets it back, and gets fouled. Persistent pursuit from Scotty Barnes, who will shoot 2.
And you just can't make that pass. That's not even a diagonal pass. That's a cross-court pass that Mamukelashvili picked off easily. Great second effort and third effort by Scotty Barnes on the offensive glass. But Ryan, this is just a pass you cannot make. Schroeder thrown it across court, and Mamukelashvili picks it off easily. Now all of a sudden you're giving up essentially a 2-on-1 when Toronto has found it so difficult to score in the half court in the first quarter and into the second.
And if there was one thing that you hear every single coach and player talk about why playoff basketball is different, they talk about the value of each and every possession.
And you turn the ball over there, obviously you're not getting a shot, you're not getting a chance for an offensive rebound, you're not getting a chance to pick up a foul. Those are 3 really good things you're giving up.
Keon Ellis in off the bench for Cleveland. Here's Harden off to Ellis. He will fire. No. Mobley the rebound. Merrill, a sharpshooter. Can't hit either. No one can. Cleveland 2 of 12 from 3 now. Toronto 0 for 14.
Really smart to bring the double at Harden. He was being guarded by Mamukelashvili. And rather than leave Mamukelashvili on an island, they brought the double.
Barrett guarded by Harden. Barrett can't bank it in. Mobley fending off Pirtle. Mamukelashvili the rebound.
Pirtle keeps another one alive.
Barnes the kick out. Walter to the corner. Barrett connects.
Those are the kind of threes that Toronto hit in Game 3. Getting it into the paint, kicking it out, the extra swing to get that corner 3.
First 3 for Toronto after missing their first 14 attempts. Ellis fights back for the basketball and wins it. Here's Harden.
Toronto's really packing it in.
And Harden finally finds some room in the paint.
Really packing it in, showing a lot of bodies to the ball.
7 points for Harden. He's 3 of 4 from the floor. Here's Barrett into the paint himself. Spray it out. Merrill deflects it. And that'll trickle out of bounds all the way down the floor. As Dean Wade, Jared Allen will check in. Mobley to the bench. He has 2 fouls. Barnes will get a breather. Walter will check out for Toronto. We'll reset the lineups. Mamukelashvili, Shed, Pirtle, Barrett, And Brandon Ingram trying to check in for Toronto. Well, they only have 4 players on the floor. And Cleveland with Ellis, Wade, Merrill, Harden, and Allen.
Only 7 seconds left on the shot clock, with Toronto having to go length of the court.
And so Cleveland got to put pressure in the backcourt. Shed flings it ahead. Ingram into the lane. Ingram still can't finish. Brandon Ingram, 1 of 8. Really has struggled in this series scoring the basketball.
Jared Allen does such a good job of getting down the floor, changing ends, and getting quick post position.
And that's just going to be a backcourt violation. Harden was trying to sell the push, but nobody bought it.
It wasn't a push. He just got the ball knocked away from him. And there wasn't much there. I agree with the no call. He's too strong to let one hand put him in the backcourt.
And Jay, you talked about it earlier, the defensive pressure of Shed.
He's so disruptive because he can get up underneath you. When he was in high school, and he wound up playing center on his high school team. He had a small team, so he had to guard opposing centers. They wound up winning the state title.
Incredible. At 6'1". Murray Boyle, speaking of playing bigger than you are.
Just a beautiful finish. The lefty adjusting in the air around the bucket.
Harden gives it up. Merrill connects on a 3. A rare make from deep in the